ഹലോ ഡിയർ സ്റ്റുഡൻസ്, നമ്മളിന്ന് എക്കണോമിക്സിൻ്റെ +2 ഫസ്റ്റ് മൊഡ്യൂൾ, ദാറ്റ് മീൻസ് മാക്രോ എക്കണോമിക്സിലെ ഫസ്റ്റ് മൊഡ്യൂളായിട്ടുള്ള നാഷണൽ ഇൻകം ആഗ്രിഗേറ്റിലെ ഒരു ഇൻട്രൊഡക്ടറി വീഡിയോയുമായിട്ടാണ് വന്നിരിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പം നിങ്ങൾക്കിവിടെ കാണാൻ പറ്റും, ഫസ്റ്റ് സ്ലൈഡിൽ എക്കണോമിക്സ് ബേസിക്സ് എന്നാണ് ഞാനിവിടെ കൊടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. സോ വാട്ട് ആർ ദ ബേസിക്സ് തിങ്സ് റിലേറ്റഡ് ടു എക്കണോമിക്സ്? സോ വി മൂവ് ടു ദ സ്ലൈഡ്സ്. So first one, you can see here the definition. So what is the definition of economics? Economics basically a social science as well as a science, right? We already learned the scope of economics. In that particular head we learned what economics is a social science as well as a science. How economics is considered as a social science? Because it's applied in the economy. How it is considered as a science? Because we already learned several theories. That's why it is called a word. Economics is a science as well as a social science. Okay, here one definition is given here. That is what? It is a social science which studies the production, consumption, distribution of resources. As we already know that there are three economic activities in an economy. First one what? Production. Second one consumption and distribution. Production means actually we something produce in the economy. Okay, consumption means there are a lot of consumers ready to consume the goods and services, right? Then distribution is there. So the word economics, that is derived from the Greek word, which is that Greek word oikonomia. Oikonomia means household management or management of household affairs. So there is another point consisting of a question that is related to father of economics. If you know who is the father of economics, please comment in the comment box. Okay, so next one, actually a Greek philosopher Aristotle. We already know that who is that Aristotle and related things. So Greek philosopher Aristotle actually termed this economics as a science of household management. We already know about the meaning of oikonomia, that is actually the management of household affairs. So in relation to that Greek word, this Aristotle define another definition of what this economics, that is economics as a science of household management. Then here actually a table consisting of different economics names and definitions, books and years. You can read it. Okay, and out of these four economists, Adam Smith is considered as dash, find out it, and his definition is wealth, and his book An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth of Nation. That is very very important from the exam point of view, and the year is 1776. Okay, so the initial name of economics, that is political economy, and Alfred Marshall introduced the term economics instead of political economy. And what are the branches of economics? There are two important branches of economics, that is micro as well as macro. Micro means that studies the individual behavior, and who is the father of microeconomics? That is Alfred Marshall. Come to macroeconomics, it studies the aggregate whole economy, aggregates of the economy. That means it considers the whole economy. Okay, so here actually two economics name in the brackets, that is microeconomics, Alfred Marshall. So Alfred Marshall is considered the father of microeconomics, and James Keynes is considered as the father of macroeconomics. Okay, don't be confused. And Ragnar Frisch is an economist that actually coined the terms micro as well as macro. Then it is a branch of economics, that means macroeconomics is a branch of economics that studies how an overall economy behaves. Okay, now +2 syllabus we are going to discuss the detailed description of macroeconomics. So don't forget what is macroeconomics. It's a branch of economics that studies how an overall economy behaves. It deals with aggregate economic variables in an economy. So evolution of macroeconomics means modern macroeconomics can be said to begin with Keynes and his publication called what? The General Theory of Employment, Interest and Money, that is published in the year of 1936. And you can see here the major differences between microeconomics and macroeconomics, and certain bases are there. Then here is a homework question, you can do it your own. Then basic concepts in microeconomics: consumer goods, or consumption goods, capital goods or producer goods, final goods, intermediate goods. Consumer goods means all those goods which are used by the final consumer for the satisfaction of their wants. Example, ice cream used by the household. Then types of consumer goods means there are three major types of consumer goods. That is, first one, durable consumer goods. Second one, semi-durable consumer goods. Third one, non-durable consumer goods. Durable consumer goods means the lifespan is more than 3 years or like that. Semi-durables means those goods which are having the life of 1 year or slightly more. That means example, clothes or furniture like that. Non-durables means those goods which are having the life of single usage, one time usage. Okay. Then services is actually considered as a consumer good because these are those type of goods which are directly consumed by the consumers for the satisfaction of their own wants. For example, services rendered from what, doctors or teachers like that. Then come to the next type of good, that is capital goods. These are those goods which are used by the producers as a fixed asset in their business for further production. That's why the name producer goods. The name itself suggests what is the meaning of that particular good. Then these goods which are used in the process of production for several years and having high value. For example, plant or machinery. Then final goods is actually just like our this consumer goods. You can see here, these are those goods which are ready to be used by their final users. Final users means the ultimate consumer, and there is no further addition is required on it. That means it is ready for final consumption. Then there are actually two types of final goods: final consumer goods as well as final producer goods. The final goods that is produced that is used by a consumer for their satisfaction, then that is called the final consumer good. If a final good that is used for the producer for further production, that is called what? Final producer good. Then the next one, what? Intermediate goods. Intermediate goods means simply it is a raw materials that is used for the production of something else. That is actually intermediate. Intermediate means intermediary, that play an intermediary role. So these these are those goods which are not yet ready for final consumption because further addition is needed. Okay, these type of goods are generally used as raw materials by the producers. These goods are not included in the calculation of national income. Very, very important question from the exam point of view. Intermediary goods actually added in the case of what? Final it become a final consumer or final producer good, then that is come under national income. If it is a raw material, that is not at all counted in the case of national income. Clear? So these are our major basic concepts related to that particular chapter. If you have any doubts, you can simply comment in the comment box. Okay, thank you. We will meet in the next class.